We start the day's other headlines with Veterans Day, and in particular, the first joint appearance by President Joe Biden and Vice President Kamala Harris since last week's election. They appeared together to honor those who served the nation in uniform. At Arlington National Cemetery outside Washington this morning, Mr. Biden laid a wreath at the tomb of the unknown soldier. And with Vice President Harris looking on, Mr. Biden reflected on the service of our nation's veterans as his own time in public service comes to an end.
This is the last time I will stand here at Arlington as Commander-in-Chief. It's been the greatest honor of my life to lead you, to serve you, to care for you, to defend you, just as you defended us.
Meantime, British Prime Minister Keir Starmer joined French President Emmanuel Macron in Paris to mark the 106th anniversary of the armistice that ended World War I. It's said to be the first such joint appearance on Armistice Day since General Charles de Gaulle hosted Winston Churchill in 1944. Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky said today that his forces are holding back enemy troops in Russia's Kursk border region. He said that Moscow had sent 50,000 fighters to retake areas that Ukraine captured in a surprise incursion earlier this year. The Ukrainian military released drone footage today that claims to show Russian troops under fire in the area. Meantime, a barrage of Russian missiles, drones, and glide bombs pounded several cities in Ukraine's south and east earlier today. Officials say at least 6 people were killed and 30 others injured. The Kremlin is denying that Russian President Vladimir Putin and President-elect Donald Trump spoke on the phone last week. The Washington Post first reported the call yesterday, saying that Trump advised Putin not to escalate the war in Ukraine. But Kremlin spokesman Dmitry Peskov told journalists today that the report is, quote, completely untrue and pure fiction. A spokesperson for Trump said, quote, we do not comment on private calls between President Trump and other world leaders. Haiti's international airport shut down temporarily today after gangs opened fire at a Spirit Airlines flight trying to land in Port-au-Prince. A flight attendant was wounded and the plane was diverted to the Dominican Republic. Meantime, on the streets of the capital, firefights broke out today between police and gangs as civilians fled in terror. Some homes were set on fire in upper-class neighborhoods. It all comes as the country's new prime minister was sworn in following weeks of political chaos and uncertainty.